In this video I just want to give a brief explanation and try to figure out how my Tumblr account has been terminated and give some of my reasons as to why I think it may have been shut down, and also to give users an idea of what to avoid when they are creating their own accounts and what they need to be aware of. So without further ado, let's jump into the video and we'll get started. I'll give you my reasons as to why. Okay, so imagine you wake up all excited to get started with your day with creating your content and your videos, and you want to try and leverage your social media accounts to actually help your channel to grow, only to log in to literally get this, and then you're left wondering, okay, what did I do wrong? The truth is like I've clearly done something wrong here. I just don't know what it is. Now, I have reached out to contact support and I left them a message, and obviously gave them my blog name, my blog email address, and so far I haven't heard anything back. Now, the channel being terminated is one thing for me, but ideally I would like to know and not try and understand what caused it to become an issue in the first place. Because if it was something that I initially caused myself, or something that I did wrong, which I know myself I didn't intend to do, because all I was trying to do was provide value with my content, and all I was literally doing was, I wasn't even putting up that many posts, maybe one, maybe two posts per day, and I was even just reblogging certain articles from other users, but informational articles that I thought would be relevant, that was relevant to what my channel is all about, that I thought would help inspire others to do the same. I was literally trying to keep it within the same niche. I wasn't trying to like spam links or anything like that. And if I was promoting a video, as soon as one of my videos would go live, I would literally post it up on this here with the intention to obviously try and drive traffic to it. Now, I don't know or understand what may have caused it, but again, now I don't really know, and I don't really know kind of where to go from it. I actually have spent a bit of time looking through the community guidelines, and there has been a few things where I looked at that I probably overlooked when I first signed up, that I probably took for granted. Now, that's not to say it's perfect. We all make mistakes, you know. And as long as you're aware of it, as long as you're not constantly spamming and trying to cause a lot of trouble, which clearly I definitely wasn't doing, but clearly I made a mistake somewhere where obviously something was triggered that they didn't like, and it caused them to literally terminate their account. But in saying that, I even checked my business email to even see that if I got clarification or anything, and I never even got a single email to say that your account had been terminated, or even as a reason as to why, which in my opinion I think is very unfair. I can understand, right, if you have done something genuinely wrong, but I still think that you should be at least made aware of, or at least given some form of acknowledgement to say, right, this spot isn't acceptable. If this happens again, or if they're going to terminate your account, at least give you a reason as to why. And the fact is that I haven't gotten any word back at all, or haven't heard anything. For me, I just don't think it's the customer support clearly isn't really of high quality on the platform. They, you know, for me it just doesn't make sense. It's not very professional in my opinion, the way it's happened. And I've even looked into other people's channels that have done their own type of thing, and it seems to be a common practice now. Obviously Tumblr have updated their terms and conditions within the last 12 months, and it seems to be a case now where accounts are being shut down at random. Now obviously accounts do be shut down if they're violating terms and conditions, but I've even seen cases where people haven't really been doing anything like that and their accounts are still being shut down, and they've got no reason why either. Or they've even, when they try to appeal it, there's been nothing, absolutely nothing to say that they can even contact them or anything. They're not getting any feedback at all, which I think, in my opinion, is very unprofessional. you should be at least be given some way to appeal it, at least speak, you know, and have your say. Especially like if, for talk's sake, like when you're using it to promote your business. And because of the fact that they've changed their terms and conditions, if people had whatever terms that they have now, may not have been an issue say 12 months ago or 2 years ago. So people may have been putting content on their channels that didn't violate any of the terms back then, but clearly whatever content they have now is probably violating the new terms that they've put up. So what happens is if they end up backdating or backtracking over people's content, they could see something that has violated something. It may not have violated something say 2 years ago, but it's currently in violation of whatever they have now, and it seems to be a case where just the account is deleted without really any consent or concern. So I have had a good read through this, and even at that, a lot of the terms, even though they are legit, I think sometimes the explanations can be a little bit vague when it comes to these kind of guidelines. And what actually happens is people can actually take it the wrong way, and then they just go about doing their thing, not thinking that they're actually causing any harm. And obviously how they explain what's right and what's wrong and how you interpret it are two totally different things. So obviously it can actually cause a lot of conflict. But the fact is that they don't communicate with people when they've terminated your account. It doesn't really speak, in my opinion, of professionalism, like, at least, you know. But again, it happens. It is one of those things. You know, the way I see it is, I'm not going to sit back and say and play the victim, because I know myself clearly I've done something wrong. I would just like to know what I did wrong and try and understand it, and try and hopefully use that as a stepping stone so that I don't make a mistake similar to this in the future, whatever it is or whatever caused it. But again, it's a good opportunity to create content for this video, because what's happened to me, at least now I can actually relate to you guys and let you know of what to be aware of, and kind of to make sure that you are aware of similar things that you can avoid to stop you falling into the same trap. So I'll just actually have to take a bit of time now to really consider what I want to do next with it. Obviously if I wanted to create another account, which I can, I just have to be a bit more conservative with how I approach different things, and try and obviously take my time and actually build it up a bit more slowly and see how I get on with it. But again, things like this here happen, but even at that, it's a process. You are going to try different things, you are going to fail. It's part of the process, it's part of an online business, it's part of life, basically. Things are going to happen, they're either going to work or they're not. You just take it when you do have something like this happen, you're like, how can I work around this, or how can I fix this, or how can I grow from this, what can I do the next time that can be better, that I won't fall into this same trap again. You always have to be kind of thinking like that. And as long as you're willing to kind of work around that and try something different, you eventually will grow, and it'll benefit you in the long run. So how I approach this now, I'll go and have a think about it. I'll give myself a couple of days and see, maybe even a couple of weeks, and I'll come back. I might come back to maybe create another account at some point when I have time, and just see what I can do with it, pretty much. So again, the reason why I'm creating this short video is really just to make people aware of the common pitfalls that can actually happen when you're literally starting to set up an online business. And these are some of the things that do actually happen as a result of not really knowing what you're doing. Because obviously when we're all starting out, we're not really sure of directly what's right or wrong in terms of promoting content or trying to get our business up and running. But just know this, that because you have an online presence, literally overnight your business can literally lose its traffic source, or it can lose its insight pretty much right away, like literally overnight, if you do something wrong or at any point. Like, social media is a really good leverage point for your business, but it can easily destroy your business as well at the same time if they see that you're doing something, or you fall into something that they think that violates what they think is wrong. So you really need to owe it to yourself to really understand the whole concepts like terms and conditions of each platform, and just really kind of just engage in using the correct channels, because you don't want the same mistakes to happen to you, especially when you've put so much time and effort and work into building something up. You just need to take your time. The most important thing really is just not to be hasty with this. It's like everything else. When you're starting out, this is a clear example that when you are starting out, that you need to take your time. It's a marathon, it's not a sprint. Essentially, it's gonna take months, if not maybe a year or two in most cases. Some people it will take literally that long, but you just need to stay dedicated. But in saying that, you need to understand too that you cannot rely just on social media alone to drive traffic and to promote your business, because it can literally be gone overnight. And you need to have other methods and steps in place of driving traffic that you know that's going to implement and help grow your business outside of social media. Because if you rely heavily on social media and your accounts get shut down, that's it. Your business pretty much can blow up overnight, and then you've nothing then. And then you have to start from scratch and try and build it up again. And it'll be very hard to do it after spending so long building a following. So just take your time, follow the steps, understand exactly what it is that you need to do, and if you're not sure, try and find a mentor or someone that you know and you can trust. Reach out to them and ask them for help, because people will help when you ask questions. So that way then you can definitely understand and have a clearer idea of the steps that you need to use in order to proceed, and obviously proceed with caution. And the same influence can go on any social media platform. You just never know. Anything is possible. But like I said, once you stick within the format and the rules of each service, you shouldn't really go far wrong. So hopefully you found this short video to be helpful, and hopefully that it's given you some insight as to really what to be aware of, especially as a beginner or newbie starting out with wanting to build an online business. These are some of the harsh realities that are out there that can happen to you or anybody else if you're not careful or really understand what you're doing. So if you have found this video helpful, make sure to leave a like on the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to be made aware of future content, and also feel free to share the video. Also, I'd like to hear your thoughts. Are there any of you out there that have had similar issues happen to you with setting up your own business? If you had similar things happen to you, if so, make sure to leave a comment down below. Also, be sure to check out that first link in the description and the pinned comment for a simple and effective step-by-step blueprint that you can use to leverage and grow your own online business when you want to get started. And again, I want to thank everyone for watching the video, and I will see you all in the next one.